Kuwait is in the midst of a silent health crisis. 1 in 4 adults have diabetes. Asthma in children is rising past global rates. And obesity in both children and adults are the highest in the region. Could some of this be due to how this city was formed over 60 years ago and the lack of sustainable city planning? These are some of the oldest cities in the world. They were built with people in mind. Narrow streets, buildings close together, shops and businesses mixed with homes and public spaces. Now look at many of today's modern cities. They were built with cars in mind. Wide roads, homes built further away from where you shop and work, highways dominate the landscape. Connecting places that far, but disconnecting places that were close. 6 in 10 people around the world now live in cities like this one. That's more than 4 billion people. So why aren't cities being built with people in mind? And how can we change this?
How do people move when they go from home to work?
That's LSE researcher Alexandra Gomes. She says that the design of some modern cities, like Abu Dhabi and Kuwait, is contributing to serious health conditions for the people living there.
Kuwait is in particular, the mod share around 2014-15 was 99% of the Kuwaitis used car and 1% used organized transport. We also realized that most of the movement within the street is not along the street, is people coming from home to the car or from their workplace to the car. So that means that, levels of obesity, levels of diabetes, asthma in children and young children are raising. Pollution levels per capita are some of the highest in the world. That's something that I feel, both Kuwaitis and Emirati need to address. You don't have pavements or sidewalks. You have the cars in front of the houses occupying what in most cities you have as a pavement for people, and they are also shaded. So the cars are under the shade and pedestrians are under the sun. That's another question in the Middle East is like, okay, it's too hot. Yes, it is really hot. So it's a question of design more than the weather. And if you start designing for the weather, you will have more people using the parks that are in the proximity of their houses, and then you'll have more people walking. We need to think about space in the streets and neighborhoods as space for people rather than for cars. We are talking about cities that have the capacity, the resources, and that's quite important. They have the resources to change. The way they grew can be, in a way, I'm not saying reversed, but rethought and improved. When oil emerged, that was the opportunity they had to modernize, to become modern cities. They thought that erasing the past and starting from scratch was something that was, at the time, considered normal and ahead of its time. And there we lost a lot of what was traditional, but also a lot of what was appropriate for the climate. In reality, I think we lost walkability, climate, appropriate construction and development, and a bit of sociability. The randomness of meeting people in the streets doesn't occur anymore.
Cities are responsible for around 70% of global emissions. Kuwait has the 7th worst air pollution in the world. But cars aren't the only problem. Dust storms and tyre fires play a part too. So what can be done to make cities themselves not only more connected, but more climate resilient for the future?
I think we can only learn if we realize that through data we can see that there's a lot of diabetes, obesity, pollution. You can see through data the challenges that come from the planning system that created these cities. So I think we need to reach to the leaders because without the leaders really having that appetite, I don't think things are going to change. But I do see that in society. For example, Kuwait Commute did the survey. One of the participants in the survey says, we take the bus in London and in other cities in Europe when we travel. Why are we not taking the bus in Kuwait? People are not against buses. It's just that it doesn't work, so they need to make it work. So I think that is the big challenge. How do you get to the leadership? It's in cities is like the base space for us to rethink how we live and improve. By improving cities, we are hoping to improve the environment. I think collaboration between mayors, between countries in topics like climate change is fundamental, because if we are not getting together to address climate change, I don't think it's one city that will make a difference in the world.